I mean, we're going to work our way through kind of your journey to becoming a pro, to getting to your Giants Live qualification. But I need to ask, like, if I'm not incorrect, a little French Canadian birdie from Strongman Archive told me that you've done the Giants Live North American Open before in 2018. So aren't you already qualified, or how does that work?
So the qualification system for OSG and then Giants Live, basically each year or season is separate. So I qualified for Giants Live North America 2018 via OSG 2017. So then from there, without qualifying for Worlds outright in 2018 at Giants Live, basically the qualification system started over. So getting in the top 10 at OSG will automatically qualify you for the following year. But with an injury, I missed OSG in 2018 after the Giants Live contest. So Lynn Morehouse was gracious enough to invite me back in 2019 without having to requalify, just because of the fact that I finished in the top 3 and had an injury that kept me out of it. So I was able to go back in 2019 and then ended up finishing in the top 10. I believe I was 8th or 9th. So one of the things that Lynn does, which is great, but doesn't always benefit everyone, is when you go from day 2 to day 3, and I'm sure you guys saw this year, they recalculate the points as if it had only been the top 10 competing the whole time. So I'm one of those guys, with the experience that I've had, I've become very well rounded in a lot of the events. So through day 1 and day 2, I was finishing 5th, 6th, 7th in pretty much every event, which in a field of 30 athletes is going to get you to a point where you're going to be in the top 3 or top 4. But then when those points get redivided, I went from being in 4th place at the end of day 2 to 7th place when day 3 started. So I was 5 or 6 points back from being in the top 3. So really not any way to recover from that. So finished lower than I would have liked to. Obviously coming off injury, my training was good, but I think I was missing some of the competitive edge that I needed after not competing for a year. So there was some challenges and things I needed to work through in my own head there too. And then finishing in the top 10 in 2019, obviously with some of the events that took place in 2020, OSG was canceled and pushed to 2021. So still had the automatic qualification and came in healthy, ready, and everything really worked out exactly the way I could have hoped for. So stayed consistently in the top 2 or 3. Didn't win any events, but that's not really my thing. If I can stay in the top 3 or 4 at least, I usually end up in a pretty good spot, and that's pretty much exactly what happened this year at OSG. So definitely couldn't be happier with how things turned out. At the end of it, a lot of people asked me if I was disappointed that I didn't win, and I said winning only crossed my mind for like 5 minutes after the sandbag throw, because I was never even on my radar. Like, my goal was top 3 from the get-go, and winning would have been awesome, but podium is podium in my mind. So just having the opportunity to be guaranteed that next step was really what I was looking for.